Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today we are going to discuss about pH scale in the part 13 video of series 1. And first, before discussing about pH scale, let us discuss about acids and bases. As you all know, anything which has pH less than 7 is acid, and pH which is greater than 7 are bases, and salts have exactly pH is equals to 7, that means neutral. So how do we say whether a substance is an acid or a base? With the help of an indicator but not pH scale. Because here I have said whether a substance is an acid or a base. But if the question changes to but in two acidic solutions, how do we know which one is stronger? Then we need to use pH scale. To say whether a substance is an acid or a base, you don't need a pH scale. Please remember, you just need an indicator. So pH means measure of strength of acids or bases. So pH takes H plus ion concentration into account. pH tells us the strength of acids and bases. Because of the pH scale only you are able to know the strength of the acid or a base. So concentration of H plus ions in acids is more, and concentration of OH minus ions in bases is also more. The only thing that is difference is that in bases, if the OH minus ions are more, then the concentration of a base is more. And in acid, if the H plus ions concentration, that means more number of H plus ions are there in acid, then the acid is very strong and concentrated. So to know how strong an acid or base is, we have the concept of a pH scale. So 0 is very acidic and 14 is very basic or alkaline. Alkaline is also somewhat meaning is basic only, and neutral is 7. So in a pH scale, the values are from 0 to 14. 0 to 7 you call it acidic, and 7 is neutral, and 7 to 14 is basic. So more the H plus ions, pH will be very less, and lesser the pH value, more strong the acid. If you want an acid to be very strong, then the pH of that acid should be very less, and if you want the pH to be very less, then you should have more H plus ions in that solution. So going from the middle to the left, you have understood that the pH decreases from 7 to 0. The pH decreases, but H plus ions concentration increases. And going from middle to right, 7 to 14, the pH increases. In the value, the pH increases 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to 14, but H plus ions concentration decreases. So by now you must have understood that higher H plus ions means more acidic, higher OH minus ions is more basic. So if I give you an example now, take two beakers A and B, and in one beaker the solution is pH is 2, and the other beaker the solution is pH is 4. So according to you, which is more acidic? Obviously container A is more acidic because the pH is lesser than the container B. Container B pH is 4 and container A pH is 2. So obviously container A is more acidic. And coming to second example, pH is 5 in container C and pH is 10 in container D. So which is more basic? If you have carefully observed, then in container C the pH is 5, which is less than 7. That means it is acidic. It may not be that much strong acid, but it's still an acid. But if you take container D, the pH is 10. That means it is a very good base. So the question is which is more basic. So obviously D is more basic. And always remember, if you want to remember the pH scale, A for acid, B for base. So left hand will be acid, right hand is base. So left hand acid starts with 0 and ends at 14. So 7 to 14 is base, and 0 to 7 is acid, 7 is neutral. So how is the pH of a solution actually measured in real life? This I will be going to explain in the coming video. Until then, please share my video if you like it, and please subscribe to my channel so that you will never miss a chemistry class from now on. And also please visit my previous videos. I have already recorded more than 13 videos, and past 12 videos, please watch them so that you'll understand this part 13. And thank you very much for your patient listening.